Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what my evenings look like these days. I go to work on the film sets and do some construction stuff there, building some stuff, fixing some stuff, and then I come here to work on the bus, baby. Yeah, I do miss going out and being with people, and I also miss being creative. I miss performing, I miss writing, I miss recording songs, I miss acting. I really miss acting. I also miss, going to meetings and getting stuff done in the film industry. But this is where God has me right now, and this is what I will focus on. Whatever your hands find to do, do with all your might. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I miss y'all, and I will see you soon. Today, I'm getting the air conditioning figured out, hopefully. All right, stay cool.
So I guess you got me hurting just a
We
little.
love that. The air conditioner, that big condenser that was down there, all gone. But I want to talk about rust removal because I've been working on that for a few, well, we can say hours or days, because it was a couple days, say 4 or 5 hours in total. And as you can see, there's still some rust. This section here, which I'll show you, is on its third pass. And I have not seen a video that shares the tools that are working. And I also haven't heard anyone talk too much about what level of rust removal they want. I personally want all the rust gone. There are some chemicals that you can put on when there's a little bit of rust and it makes it solid and all that's cool, but I want as much gone as I possibly can. Now, I started with a cordless drill, a cordless drill with a hard kind of, I don't know what material it was, but it was a hard disc. I just found that hard disc that I was talking about that I started with to remove the rust, and it looks like this. It's like a plastic, I don't know what it is. It looks like that. And that worked okay, but it took me 3 hours to just do this back part of the bus, and I'm not pleased with it. So I went out and I bought this bit. Now this is a metal wire brush that attaches to the drill, and I used the cordless drill again with this, which was much better. But still, this was like 2 hours I spent on this, and I'm still not happy with it. And then a friend of mine recommended his tool, but before I got to use his, another friend gave me a more powerful grinder, wireless grinder with a bigger brush, which I started using yesterday, and I really, really liked this. Infinitely better than the other two options because it's faster and it's a bigger surface. But I was still like, why is this not coming off the way I want? And then my friend shows up yesterday with his tool. He's like, dude, you've got to try this. And I wasn't sure about it because it just looks like pieces of sandpaper put together. And this is the piece, the product that he wanted and he recommended. And it's just pieces of paper, pieces of sandpaper. But when he turned this baby on, and it's powered, plugged in, not just wireless, he got right down to the metal so that there was no rust, nothing, within seconds. So if you are removing rust, I highly recommend you use a high-powered grinder with this bit, which is right there. That will save you a lot of frustration, a lot of sore arms, and a lot of time. Well, here's a little tip you can use, because I do not like breathing in all that dust, and that the rust particles get literally everywhere. What I've opted out to do this time is rubber gloves taped at the seams, rain jacket, rain pants, and I'm gonna put a mask, as you've seen in previous videos, it gets in the mask, but I'm gonna tape the edges of the mask so it doesn't get in. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna seal off the bus, and I'm gonna put a shop vac in here, and I'm gonna take the hose off the input side and put it on the output side. You know how it blows air out the back as it sucks it in. And I'm gonna keep one window cracked, and I'm going to put the hose out so that it takes the air and the dust particles into the vacuum cleaner and spits the air out after it goes through the filter, just to keep it a little bit cleaner in here so I can actually see what I'm doing.
So I guess you got me hurting just a little. Never gave me a chance to make things right. As you run the other way, I'm taking this day to soak up the sun and head into the light.
Couple injuries. Oops, look at that. I didn't even notice that glove came apart. So I accidentally hit my knuckle with the grinder, and that caused me to have to put on a different glove. And apparently there's some gloves built better than others, because that's a new one. Batteries keep dying, so I'm going to call it a day because I'm covered in dust. I'm so glad I wore this stuff. Let's see how well the mask with tape did compared to when I did not have the tape, and my nostrils were so full of dirt. Oh, look, I can tell inside the mask is still covered in dirt. That's gross. It still gets in. But look at that. That is a lot of gross dust. That was a white mask at one point. So I'm glad I wore that. That's why we wear these things. Yeah. I'm pretty stoked. There's not much left of the grinding of the rust. I'm thinking now there's a couple metal pieces that I'd like to replace. So I'll probably cut them out and weld new ones in, because I'm here, and I'm the type of person that's like, well, if I'm here, I might as well fix what needs to be fixed, because if I decide later down the road to replace a metal piece of framing, then this could be a lot harder. Whereas right now it's all super easy access. But I'm stoked. Today was a good day. Then I get the electrician in and have them sort out this insanity of cabling that looks like it was not done very well. But I want it to be really clean. That's the big thing. Well, all right. Today's been good so far. My brothers came over and did nothing.
I did everything.
So I just woo, watch the floor.
Proof.
Metal's all ground out.
Proof.
Dave's got the drill. He's killing it with the drill. Derek's pretending he's doing things. He's just saying, no, it's been a big help. Got rid of the front fiberglass thing I was fighting with the other day. Derek's been great with having all the right tools to make things happen. So yeah, progress is happening. We're very happy. I'll show you the front of the bus. Check
Keep
this
it
out.
down.
Keep it down. All right, as you can see, all the way fiberglass is down, courtesy of my brother Derek, knowing things that I didn't know. That's all out. Now we've got full access
Dave did everything.
to the electrical.
My brother in the work. I really love my brother Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks, Don. It's nice you say.
You're welcome, dude. Yeah, now we got access to all the wiring, and I think that's treat the metal today, and then get the
You've been
electrician
really
in.
good, Nano. You've been
Yeah,
really
nice
good.
metal.
So nice to me.
Gonna
I'm
treat the
gonna
metal
get
to
you a
something
spa.
special.
A nice little spa.
Spa for the metal. Yeah. Then off to the wiring, and then building phase. That'll be fun.
No, yeah, plumbing and wiring it.
Oh yeah. Well, the plumbing can come after the floor's in. Listen, Floor goes in.
Well,
I still
let's
gotta
go
take the
first.
walls off actually.
Telling you.
Walls
Okay.
and reseal the windows. So there's that.
Don doesn't listen.
Don doesn't listen. But he's consistent.
Dear God, if you can hear me, I'd love to get...
Well, all right. We're going to apply. We've ground off as much of the rust as we are willing to do. I spent a few days doing this. It was pretty bad. And now I'm going to put the treatment on it to keep it from rusting again. So here we go.
Dear God, if you can hear me, I'd love to get a good night's sleep and wake with a lust for life, dreaming about something more, a poor man's cure. When the alarm clock yells, get out of bed, the rent is due, amount of bucks, and the weather sucks.
All right. Sorry it's been so long. I'm just going to give you an update. It's been about a month since I started working on the bus. I took a month off. The first 2 weeks were not by choice. I brought the bus into an electrician because I took out the air conditioner and the heater and the lift and took out all the wiring. As you can see, there's no wiring that goes to the front of the van or bus, sorry. And I took it right to the dashboard with some help. And I thought, you know what? I really want to make this clean. So I brought it to a shop that works on these sorts, like the electronics and the wiring in vehicles. And when I got, they said, I brought it in on Friday. They said they'd look at it Friday evening and give me a quote by Monday. Well, they had the bus for 2 weeks and that was a big delay. But then they quoted me $8,200 to take out the wiring at the fuse box and just clean up the fuse box and then re-plug in the brake lights and the back signal lights and the running lights. And I was like, man, that is just too expensive. They were wonderful people, really kind, but that price was way out of my price range, considering I bought the bus for $10,000. So finally took the bus back and then flew out to Nashville to help a friend and do some business out there. But I'm back now and I'm working on the bus. Not much is going to look different from the last video. I'm going to spray the rust proof. I've sanded off the rust on the frame and the frame and the floor, and then I put a coat of protectant to keep the rust away. And now I'm about to spray on the rust proof paint just as a final measure. And then once I'm fully done again, I'll get the bus undercoated. But so today's just a short bit of work, but I did want to let you know, be mindful that wiring can be very expensive if you don't know someone who can do that for you. So I'm in the process of looking for people to help me with that. But yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing today. We're going to spray paint the metal and get that all rust proofed, more rust protection, because I do not want that issue again. I am thinking about this back door though. Even as I'm standing here, I can see gaps and I can see why this area rusted the most. And I'm actually considering sealing off the door and not using it at all. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Let's get to work.